Bram Stoker's Dracula was published in 1897. In it, you find the first mention of a character seemingly both intellectual and completely mad. His name, R.M. Renfield, age 59, as it says in his doctor's journal entry. He is a patient at Dr. Seward's asylum, and he's obsessed with consuming living creatures. He collects flies, then spiders, to which he feeds the flies, then sparrows, to which he feeds the spiders, and then, obviously next, he requests a cat, to which Dr. Seward denies him.
Oh, I wonder who is gonna get to eat the cat. What? Sent to me? I said cat. Oh, what the f?
Bram Stoker's novel is the first mention of the character, and he's fleshed out even more in the Universal monster movie classic, Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi from 1931. Renfield is a servant to Dracula, fully under his control, and completely mad. Fast forward to now. Called the only true direct sequel to the 1931 Universal film by its director Chris McKay, our film recommendation today is the 2023 action comedy horror titled Renfield.
Yeah, but what about Dracula? And we'll be right back.
I lick my lips and shake my hips. I see you want a piece of this. The way I move is addictive. You're hooked on me like cigarettes. Can't look away from my body. Now you wanna get naughty. We gon' have a private party. Come on now, let's get it.
Nearly all of the movies we talk about on Terror in the Tropics can be found on Netflix. But you will need to be able to access Netflix's global library. It's so cheap. Click the link to watch our how-to video and thank me later. Certainly a standout in the vampire genre. All you need to do is look at the plot. The plot, which centers around dependent relationships, or the barrels of blood style of gore, a la Sam Raimi, or to look directly into the eyes of Dracula himself, played by Nicolas Cage. Come again? You all heard that right. And Cage's Dracula performance kills.
Puns.
I mean, technically he's the supporting actor, but he steals the show. In the original Dracula novel, Renfield's character helps to set a tone of madness and to also show Dracula's ability to control others, but he's hardly the star. Renfield is the servant of Dracula, the Count.
1, 2, 3.
He sort of works as a harbinger of Dracula's presence, and, well, he eats bugs.
Now, he eats what?
He eats bugs, and probably birds.
Okay.
This and the servant part are really the only characteristics that writer Ryan Ridley
Say that 3 times fast.
kept from the original Renfield character. Ridley, famous for Dan Harmon's Community and for a number of seasons of Rick and Morty, got the original concept for Renfield from The Walking Dead's Robert Kirkman, who also attached to the film as a producer. Bram Stoker's Renfield, as a character, was elaborated upon beginning with Todd Browning's Dracula from 1931. As an aside, the film marked the first of the famous Universal classic monster movies that soon after would include the likes of Frankenstein, The Mummy, and Wolfman. Renfield, also brought to you by Universal, was directed by Chris McKay, best known for editing and directing 3 seasons of Robot Chicken, also that super quirky Lego Batman movie. Renfield does a stand-up job of paying homage to the early Dracula films, mainly through Dracula's dress and style, but the montage near the start of the movie even shows the actors for Renfield superimposed directly into the footage from the 1931 classic film. Director McKay even claims that his movie is a direct sequel to the original classic, even though, spoiler alert, technically Renfield dies in the first one. In the movie, Renfield, Nicolas Cage plays Dracula. His acting is probably 7/10 of why this movie is so good.
Really?
There are a ton of funny moments from comedian Awkwafina, lots of action, and some really great scary scenes. But Nicolas Cage's performance is so good that you almost wish he had a bigger role. Nicolas Cage's portrayal of Dracula is intense, quirky. He captures both the sadistic side and the vulnerable side of Dracula. He pays homage to those that came before him, all the while rebranding the character as all his own. Cage's Dracula is memorable and novel, though you can look at him in various scenes and see Christopher Lee, Bela Lugosi, or Lon Chaney.
Oh, the teeth.
among notable others. The teeth were inspired by Lon Chaney from the silent film London After Midnight, an influential film whose last copy was lost when it burned in the MGM studio fire back in 1965. The movie industry and the photography industry in general used to use a photographic film called nitrate film, or nitrocellulose, but it was extremely flammable. Freaky fact, outside of the film industry, nitrocellulose was used to create explosives.
That shit was the bomb. Puns are the shit. Oh, fuck. I bit my lip. Being a vampire sucks.
Though we lost the film, the movie posters immortalized the look and the teeth. In the movie, Nick's teeth were actually ground down to make room for the Lon Chaney-like prosthetics.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Nick Cage's real name is Nicholas Coppola, nephew to famous Francis Ford Coppola, who directed the 1992 version of Bram Stoker's Dracula. His Dracula was played magnificently by Gary Oldman. In an interview for the movie, Cage noted that his uncle's film was genius and every frame he called a work of art. Nick Cage told Rotten Tomatoes that he based a lot of Dracula's mannerisms not off of the earlier vampires, but off of his own father, August Coppola. His father was an academic of literature and an author. He sat as the Dean of Creative Arts at San Francisco State University for nearly a decade, and it was his father's elegance and eloquence that Nicolas Cage cited as the base of inspiration for his Dracula.
Hey, this Renfield guy is in the movie too.
Right? The movie isn't just about Dracula though. It focuses on Renfield, Dracula's loyal servant, played by Nicholas Hoult. You may remember him as R from the rom-com zombie flick Warm Bodies, or as Nux from George Miller's action masterpiece Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Renfield is tired of doing Dracula's bidding and wants to break free from his control. Nicholas Hoult is quoted as saying,
"To be honest, he's just exhausted with the prospect of continuing to do his dirty work."
Renfield and Dracula have a toxic relationship, and it is through a series of self-help meetings that Renfield comes to see this. Though high in gore and horror theme, you wouldn't really call it a scary movie.
Let me explain something to you, okay?
Renfield received good reviews for its fresh story, cool direction, and great acting. If you go into Renfield expecting true horror or suspense, you're gonna be a bit disappointed. The film doesn't take itself too seriously, and neither should you. If you're willing to take a chance on this blended genre film tonight, you'll find yourself immersed in a well-crafted, dark comedy that's packed with plenty of well-choreographed action. And I think you'll have a bloody good time.
Enjoy.
If you're a member of Netflix Global, you know what to do. To learn more about Netflix Global and how to access all of these movies via Netflix, click this video. Or for more of me tonight, touch right here.